fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace, for happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gods' conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegay, sweet meats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace, consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman, or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if ye yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, prepare to die, for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest, for aye austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her. I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My fortunes are as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can ever be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why then should I not prosecute my right? Demetrius all about to his head made love to Nedar's daughter Helena, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry to that spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But, being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, And come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love?
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
The course of true love never did run smooth.
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled too low.
Or else misgraft in respect of years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged too young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
How quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, then let us teach our trial patience. As due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widowed aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee? And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, there will I wait for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which kenneth souls and prospers loves, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever woman spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Sickness is catching, oh were favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear would catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue would catch your tongue's sweet melody. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. And in the woods where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends in stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you unto him, Demetrius dote unto you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind, nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the woods will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens, to play an hour interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
Good Peter Quince, first say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, a very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth the actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or tyrant?
A lover that kills himself, most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms.
Francis Flute the Bellows Mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe, Pyramus, my lover dear, my Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, you must needs play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the Tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the Tinker. You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the Joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it to me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it's nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I'll roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I'll roar that I'll make the Duke and Duchess say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly, that you would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and were enough to hang us all. That would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you were to fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice as gently as any sucking dove.
You must needs play Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in summer's day, a most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Well, I will discharge it in either your yellow straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, your French crown color beard, or your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play bare face. But masters, here are your parts. And I am to request you, entreat you, and to desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood a mile without the town by moonlight. There we will rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we will be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of property such as our play wants. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet
And there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
Come on, everybody. Sing along.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, thorough bush, thorough briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, and in their freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. The queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen be not within his sight. For Oberon is passing, fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant hath, a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy.
Either I mistake your shape and make inquiet, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the corn, and bootless make the breathless huswife churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no barm, misleading night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. But room fairy, here he comes.
And here my mistress would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Fairies? Skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philidia. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou cast for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night of Periguna, whom he ravished?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer's spring met we on a hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land, hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air the dramatic diseases do abound. and through this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, the angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up the boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within these woods intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your hunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou remembrance, since once I sat upon a promontory, and saw a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such harmonious and dulcet breath, that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear a sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft, quenched in the chaste beams of watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on, and made in meditation fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before a milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it on her eyes. The next thing she then waking looks upon, be it on bear or wolf or lion or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the suit of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can do so with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not.
I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Where's Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayest me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in the plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel and Demetrius. The more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I will run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
I, in the temple, the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of a hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with musk rose and with the galantine. There Titania sleeps some time of the night, lulled into flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do so when the next thing he espies shall be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on, affected with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind ones do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen.
Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. Lullaby. Lullaby, never harm nor spell nor charm. Come, our lovely lady, nigh. So good night with lullaby.
Weaving spiders, come not here. Hence you long-legged spinner's hands. Beetles black, approach not near. Worm nor snail, do no offense. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. Lullaby.
Hence, away. Now all is well. One aloof stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou doth wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, or pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear. And when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and, to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of our day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, 2 bosoms, 1 heart, and 1 troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I meant that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but 1 heart we can make of it. 2 bosoms interchained with an oath, so then 2 bosoms in a single troth. But by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I did not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manner and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend, thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen, to that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
Would have that wish the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Right in silence, who goes there? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, that despised the Athenian maid, and to hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this black love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid, so awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me?
Stay on thy peril, and I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, for through thy bosom lets me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to die upon my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What, though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would change a raven for a dove? The will of a man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now, not ripe to reason. Which brings me to your eyes, where I look, love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye. But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth you do me wrong. Good sooth you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou Lysander come near. For as my surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing that the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, are hated most by those they do deceive. So thy, my surfeit, and my heresy, of all be hated but most of me. And all my powers address her love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay me! For pity, what a dream was here! Lysander! Look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, Lord! What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound? No word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves, I swoon almost with fear. No, I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
I love
Are we all met?
Pat, pat. And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Good Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things about this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Fire Larkin a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and have the prologue seem to say that we do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus at all, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, we ought to consider with ourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, he must name his name, and half his face must be seen through a lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or fair ladies, I would request you. No, fair ladies, I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you should come hither thinking I is a lion, that would be the pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. Then let him name his name, and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are two hard things, that is, to bring the moonlight into the chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, may we leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to present, or to disfigure the person of moonshine. Then there is one more thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Snug?
Some man or another must represent wall, and let him have some plaster or some rough cast or some loam about him to signify a wall. Or let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play, Tord? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I do see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors.
Odors savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice, stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand. He goes but to see a noise he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, as true as truest horse, that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man! Pyramus, enter, your cue is past. It's never tire.
As truest horse, that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine. Hee-haw!
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted! Pray, masters, fly masters, help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard. Hee-haw! Woo!
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you? Whoa!
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee! Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. Hee-haw! Woo! But I will not stir from this place do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. Hee-haw!
Ozelcock so black of hue,
hee-haw,
with orange tawny bill, the throstle of his note so true,
hee-haw,
the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay.